In this episode of WTHS News, we see why the freshman bridge was recently removed. Plus, we see how Synergy's competition season ended at their national competition in Nashville. Happy spring, Tupelo High School. Welcome to this week's edition of WTHS News. I'm Julia Jane Averette. After returning from spring break, freshmen may have noticed a big part of their parking lot is missing. The iconic bridge at the front of the school used for freshman entrance and dismissal is currently missing. Many teachers and students wondered, what happened? Where is it? As students and teachers adapt to the new change, Executive Director of Operations and Safety, Charles Laney, tells us what exactly happened to the bridge.
Basically, we do an inspection yearly on all of our structures, and it was time for the bridge to be repaired and should hopefully have it back first part of next week.
On the subject of closing, Bagels and Brew abruptly stopped their operations before spring break. Teachers received an email just before the spring break holiday that Bagels and Brew would be closing for the remainder of the school year. This sudden closing is due to a lack of sales. Ms. Katarina Kraus says that due to nutritional guidelines, Bagels and Brew is not allowed to serve students, so their only sales come from teachers and staff.
So we had a lack of business, and I think it's because it was in that fourth block where most teachers have a class or are coaching a team or, that. I think that's why we had no business.
While Bagels and Brew will move their focus to next semester, the Festival of Nations took place for the second year. More than 30 countries were represented in the festival. Each table had crafts and many other goodies for the festival goers to enjoy. The Festival of Nations showcases the diversity and togetherness of the Tupelo Public School District. Although the girls' basketball season is over, the celebrations are continuing for two members of the team. Abbey tells us more in this week's sports.
I hope you all had a great spring break. I'm Abbey Sanders, WTHS Sports Media. The Friday before we got out for spring break, Lady Wave basketball and girls cross country had a pep rally to celebrate their state meet wins. The Lady Wave basketball team won the 7A state championship for the first time in 23 years. THS held a pep rally celebrating the Lady Wave with the 7A state championship girls cross country team handing off the state meet trophy to symbolize handing off the state meet title. Speaking more on basketball, Jade Rucker and Nadia Norfleet are making their mark. On Saturday, March 16th, Jade and Nadia participated in the All-Star game with Jade scoring 7 points and Nadia scoring 11. Great job, girls, and go Wave.
It was a really good experience just playing with some of the top girls in my class, and the experience was great.
On March 14th, baseball had their battle at the beach at Ocean Springs versus Briarcrest. Tupelo Baseball's Wave crashed onto the beach in Ocean Springs with a final score of 4-3. This gave them a back-to-back win after defeating Picayune 6-1 on Wednesday. Track had their first outdoor meet on Thursday, March 14th. This was Tupelo's first ever all relays meet. This means that all runners ran on a relay team with no individual events. What a way to build a team. Even though the meet was moved a day earlier, Tupelo Track was still able to represent THS well. Softball played Caledonia this past Monday. The team experienced a tough loss of 14-0. Coach Hogue says that the team needs to keep pushing through adversity and work on the little things that will help dramatically in the end. Track will be at home this weekend for the North Mississippi Medical Center relays at 10 a.m. tomorrow. That's all I have for this week. I'm Abbey Sanders, WTHS Sports Media. See you next time.
Thanks, Abbey. As DECA is preparing for a national competition, many preparations are underway. Channing tells us more on one team gearing up for their national competition.
As students move through high school, they'll have to start thinking about their future. However, it can be difficult for students to know what to do. That is why it's so important for people to help them through that process, which is exactly what DECA students, Salma, Alex, and Edward, are doing.
Our project impacts other students by teaching them how to become college and career ready and getting them ready for the next chapter of their life. We really wanted to emphasize resumes and preparing students for job interviews because that's most likely what they're going to do their senior year of high school and getting them ready for whatever pathway they want to continue.
It's great for students to get outside help, but Edward points out that every journey is ultimately decided by the students.
I think they need to know what their future is, what they want their future to be, because it's not something you just hold off on. You got to prepare for it.
While helping several Tupelo High School students, their efforts did not go unnoticed, since they managed to receive first place at DECA's State Career Development Conference. Edward explains how they received such an award.
I really saw the effort that my teammates put in and how they took time out of their day and their lives to really just pour their souls into this project. I feel like because of all their effort and hard work, that's why we were able to get first.
Between their performance at conferences and the career development work at Tupelo, Salma believes it affected her own ideas for her future.
It has definitely impacted my college and career ready mindset. I have learned a lot more about college and FAFSA and the little tiny things that you really don't get to know through classes and other stuff.
Through shared effort between DECA's and Tupelo High School student body, students will learn to excel within the school's walls and beyond. I'm Channing Hooper, WTHS News.
Thanks, Channing. Many DECA students will be traveling to Anaheim, California for their national competition. On that note, Synergy just finished up their competition season on the road in Nashville. Last week, Synergy finished their competition season at the Heart of America competition in Nashville. They made it to finals and placed 4th overall, winning Most Improved and Best Costumes. In the Deep South Classic a week before, the group won their division and won first runner-up. The girls say they have worked hard all season and endured many after-school practices to make this show the best it can be, and their hard work has paid off.
I'm just so proud of us, especially with getting better between prelims and finals. I feel like that's a pretty big accomplishment, and we just had a good season so far.
Overall, it was a really good season. It's just really rewarding to see all of our hard work pay off.
There is one more opportunity for the public to see Synergy's show Wednesday. Their home show will take place April 4th through 6th in the Performing Arts Center. Many of our THS students have been on the road. Broadcast journalism students recently returned from the SIPA convention in Columbia, South Carolina. On Thursday, February 29th, WTHS students hit the road for the annual SIPA convention. Students got to participate in broadcast boot camps and attend sessions to better their broadcast skills. Several students participated in on-site competitions, such as anchoring and broadcasting. WTHS received first place in Best of Show and numerous other awards. That's all we have for this week. We would love it if you would follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great weekend.